Who is really rich? What if everything you believe about wealth is completely wrong? What if the life you've been chasing, the money, the comfort, the status, isn't actually leading you to happiness, but quietly pulling you away from it? I used to believe that success meant having more. More money, more achievements, more recognition. I thought that if I could just reach the next level, then I'd finally feel fulfilled. But let me ask you something. Have you ever achieved something you once dreamed of, only to feel empty right after? That question started to haunt me, because no matter how much I gained, something inside me kept whispering, "Is this really it?" And the truth is, deep down, I already knew the answer. I had a son, Robert. A bright, kind, energetic boy who had everything most people dream of. Comfort, security, opportunities. But just like me, he was growing up inside a bubble, a world where everything was available, but not everything was understood. And one day, I realized something that unsettled me. How could I teach him the true value of life if I didn't fully understand it myself? So I made a decision. Not a business decision. Not a financial one. A life decision. I told him, "Robert, we're going on a trip. I want to show you something money can't buy." He smiled, curious, excited, unaware that this journey would change both of us forever. We left the city early in the morning. As the buildings slowly disappeared behind us, something inside me began to shift. The noise, the rush, the constant pressure, it all faded into the distance. Hours later, we arrived at a small village. Simple homes made of wood and clay. Children running barefoot, laughing freely. People with so little, yet smiling as if they had everything. We were welcomed by a humble family who treated us like we belonged there. No hesitation. No judgment. Just warmth. The mother looked at us and said, "We don't have much, but what we have, we share with joy." And in that moment, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time, a sense of peace. We stayed there for 2 days. The food was simple, cooked over a fire, but it carried a flavor I had never experienced before. Not because of the ingredients, but because of the love behind it. At night, there were no lights, no screens, no distractions. Just the sky, filled with stars I had forgotten even existed. Let me ask you, when was the last time you truly looked at the sky without rushing? Without thinking about what comes next? That silence, it spoke louder than anything in my busy life ever had. During our stay, we became part of their routine. We helped feed the animals, carried water, planted seeds. Simple tasks, yet strangely fulfilling. I watched my son play with the village children. No expensive toys. No technology. Just sticks, stones, imagination, and pure joy. They laughed louder, smiled brighter, lived lighter. And I couldn't help but wonder, why did they seem happier than us? Why did their lives, with so little, feel so full? That question stayed with me, growing stronger with every passing hour. At night, everyone gathered around a fire. They shared stories, laughed together, listened to one another. There was connection. Real connection. Not the kind we fake through screens or quick conversations. The kind that makes you feel seen, heard, present. And as I sat there, watching it all unfold, I felt something inside me breaking, and at the same time, healing. Because for the first time in years, I wasn't thinking about tomorrow. I wasn't chasing anything. I was simply there. And maybe that's what I had been missing all along. When it was time to leave, I felt a weight in my chest I didn't expect. The drive back was quiet. I believed I had just given my son a valuable lesson about gratitude. I thought I had shown him what it meant to have less, so he could appreciate what we had more. But when we arrived home, I asked him, "So, Robert, what did you learn from this trip?" He looked at me, smiled gently, and said something that stopped me completely. "Dad, I learned that we are the poor ones." In that moment, everything inside me froze. He continued, calmly, innocently, but with a truth I wasn't ready to hear. "We have people working for us, but they serve each other with joy. We have one dog, they have 4 that love them. We have lights in our garden, they have the entire sky full of stars. We buy our food, they grow theirs. We have a pool, they have a river that flows freely." His words weren't criticism. They were clarity. Pure, unfiltered clarity. And let me ask you, when was the last time someone made you question everything you thought was true? I couldn't speak. My own son had just shown me a reality I had been too blind to see. And then he looked into my eyes and said, "Thank you, Dad, for showing me how poor we really are." That sentence didn't hurt. It awakened me. Because in that moment, I realized something that changed my life forever. I had confused wealth with possession. I believed abundance was something you could accumulate. But true wealth is something you feel. It's peace. It's love. It's connection. It's presence. And none of that can be bought. From that day on, everything began to change. Not overnight. Not perfectly. But deeply. I started to slow down. To pay attention. To value moments instead of things. I began to listen more, to appreciate more, to give more. My son and I spent more time together. Not distracted, not divided, just present. We visited neighbors. Helped where we could. Shared what we had. And in doing that, we discovered something powerful. The more we gave, the richer we felt. I began to notice things I had ignored for years. The beauty of a sunset. The sound of birds in the morning. The warmth of a genuine smile. Things that don't cost anything, yet mean everything. And here's the truth most people never realize. You don't need more to feel complete. You need to feel what you already have. So let me ask you, what are you overlooking right now? What in your life already holds value, but you haven't truly appreciated? Today, when I look back, I see that the greatest lesson of my life didn't come from books, or business, or success. It came from a child, and from a family that had almost nothing, yet lacked nothing that truly mattered. Because real wealth isn't stored in bank accounts. It lives in the heart. It's the peace of going to sleep without regrets. The joy of being surrounded by people who genuinely care about you. The freedom of living without needing to prove anything to anyone. Money can buy comfort, but it will never buy fulfillment. It can buy a house, but not a home. It can buy medicine, but not health. It can buy attention, but never true love. And if you understand this early, you are already richer than most people will ever be. So now I ask you, what truly makes you rich? Is it what you have, or what you feel? Is it your possessions, or your connections? Maybe it's that hug you've been too busy to give. Maybe it's that conversation you've been postponing. Maybe it's the simple act of being present, right here, right now. Because the world keeps telling you to chase more. But the truth is, the greatest treasure has always been within your reach. You just have to open your eyes, and your heart, to see it. If this story made you stop and reflect, even for a moment, then something inside you is already changing. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more content that helps you rethink life, success, and purpose, stay connected. But above all, remember this: you are already richer than you think. You just have to realize it.